So I'm going through some shit, and I decided, look at this shit. Who the fuck would want this? He's fucking worthless. Just like his career, just like his label, just like in the horrorcore genre. Nobody gives a fuck about this guy. This is what I think of you, son of a bitch. That's how dead he is. His career is gonna be like this. Flames and ashes. Fuck this con artist. So here I got this piece of shit album. I actually want to thank you, J30, for giving me this shit, because I told you I was gonna piss on it, and I was gonna destroy it, and then I'm gonna go on with my video. So, with that being said, so this is where he thinks he's fucking like, Hellraiser, because he loves this shit, right? There's gay ass songs and this fucking piece of shit pathetic artwork and shit. Kind of whipped my dick out and promised what I was gonna do for $10. Look at it go. Look at it go. Good thing I don't have a pee-pee buddy, because if we cross streams, we'd probably, destroy the universe or whatever. Now, let's put this fucking thing in misery like his career. It kind of brings back memories. Remember that SKR smashing video on Bloody Hatchet? Is he dead? No, gotta beat the dead fucking horse. Killers, this motherfucker owes me $40. This motherfucker's been talking shit on our genre. This motherfucker's gotta go down. I'm gonna beat this dead horse, and I don't give a fuck. I guess what we're gonna start off with today is probably, why does everybody hate DickPanicK? Well, here's your reason. The next video I'm going to show you is something that someone captured. There was like 73 viewers watching this fucking Facebook Live. And yeah, he pretty much tells on himself. And we're going to digest this clip as it goes along.
I'm not doing this to start no shit. I ain't trying to fucking cause no problems with no one. I ain't trying to start no beefs. Not like that. But I've about had enough of people trying to fucking shove some bullshit in my face. I'm not gonna post this video after it's done. The only people that are gonna see it are gonna be those of you watching live. Cause I don't want to dwell on this shit no more. I'm fucking sick. I have shit going on in my fucking life. You know what I'm saying? So all of you watching right now, I want y'all to take some mental notes. And I want y'all to remember what the fuck I tell you today and what I show you today. And then next time you see someone talking some shit about me, you can say, you know what? I saw fucking proof to the contrary. So first things first. Now people are saying I'm lying about my fucking cancer. Right? I'm lying. So Let me show y'all something. This right here is my chemo schedule. This right here is my diagnosis from my doctor. See that? Cecil cancer. It's a part of the fucking colon. This is a breakdown of one of the drugs I'm on when I go in for my fucking infusions, right? Oxaliplatin. It sucks. It hurts. Wham, wham, wham. Here's another diagnosis. Cecal cancer. Dr. Malat. Should I keep going? This is the Loda. That's the fucking pills I have to take. I have to take 8 pills. And just so y'all can see this shit. That's the fucking pills I have to take. I have to take 4 of those in the morning and 4 of them at night. Right? But I'm fucking lying, right? I'm fucking lying that I have cancer, right? Yeah, I'm fucking lying. See all this shit? This is all fucking medical shit. This is all proof. When it comes to Razakel, here's the fucking deal, yo. I went out to Strictly for the Wicked with my drummer. I was treated like shit, and so was my drummer that whole fucking night. We weren't backlined or nothing. I didn't get a fucking sound check, nothing. Then during my set, she leaves, goes to the back of the building and takes the crowd with her. After that, I was pissed. I was hurt. I sat there the whole time. I watched their whole fucking set. I watched everyone's set that night at Strictly. Every single person, unequivocally. Every single person. And you're gonna fucking disrespect me? There would be no Strictly for the Wicked if it fucking wasn't for me. Let's get that straight. There would be no SKR if it fucking wasn't for me. Let's get that straight. There would be no fucking Razakel if it wasn't for DickPanicK. Let's get that straight. She decided outside we had a disagreement. We were arguing. She decided she wanted to put hands on me. She hit me in my fucking face. So I grabbed her by her fucking hair and I yanked her to the ground. And that's what it is. I didn't hit her. I didn't kick her. I didn't do shit. I grabbed her by the hair and I put her on her fucking ass. Go to YouTube and look at all our old videos. We did worse than that when we were fucking performing as a couple on stage. We did worse than that. So I don't want to hear this fucking abusive nonsense. And then people want to try and come outside the venue, act all tough and shit. Didn't do a fucking thing.
Okay, when it comes to this clip, you're gonna see a lot of, oh, well, I got cancer, here's the proof, la-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da. Like, we fucking get it, but when you're sitting here trying to make us believe it so hard, it really makes me question, do you? Do you? And then also, too, there'd be no Strictly for the Wicked, there'd be no Razakel, there'd be no blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah without him, and that's completely bullshit. SKR and Kill Music were a thing way before him. He bought SKR, took it over. I mean, he pretty much tells on himself when it comes to this shit. And the whole putting his hands on Raz is Strictly for the Wicked. I saw a couple videos, whatever. Couldn't find really too much. I mean, he was trying to do sound checks and shit like that. But I mean, you know, didn't stay and watch his shit. Boo-hoo. Nobody gives a fuck about you because you're an asshole. And then he's like, well, you know, I put my fucking hands on her, right? I go ahead and put my hands on her. But look what we did in our music videos, dude. Filming is one thing. When you're fighting, that's a whole different scenario. Also, too, if you actually watch DickPanicK, okay, anytime he tells a lie, he starts licking his lips like he's about to fucking suck a dick or something like that. But, yeah, just keep watching and you're gonna see what bullshit he fucking sits here and says.
There's a girl on my fucking list named Katie King. She's been with me this whole time I've had cancer. She went to the doctor with me when I got my diagnosis. Ask her about my leg surgery. Because it fucking happened and I can fucking prove it.
See how he licks his lips every time he lies like he's gonna suck a chode?
Every last bit, every accusation that's been made against me, I can prove to the contrary. But you know what? I love that girl, and I'm talking about Raz. Let's get this straight. I love that girl so fucking much, I didn't want her to get the backlash from being called out. That's how stupid I am. That's how much fucking heart I have for that girl. I didn't want her to deal with the repercussions of getting exposed for fucking lying about me.
I put my hands on Raz, but yet I really loved her. Is that why you were abusive? You cheated on her? You made her feel like shit? I mean, guys, all you gotta do is listen to the album right here. And in it's like basically a whole album based on this motherfucker of everything he's put that girl through. And then he's a recovering addict. I highly doubt it, man. He used heroin and meth and all this shit. This motherfucker's still on meth. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's a piece of fucking shit, you know? But the video gets worse on this part. It really, really does. Just hold on. Just watch. The next thing I want to say is this motherfucker talks about how humbled he is and all that shit. Well, you know what? If you like being humbled, I can easily break your fucking back, make you humble, and then fuck your ass like my daddy, the Iron Sheik, motherfucker. I can easily make you humble. I told you I'd fuck you in the ass, and I would do it just to prove a point that I'm more dominant to make you fucking cry. But then again, you're gay enough to probably fucking like that shit, and I heard you had about fucking 6 dildos in the fucking recording booth, motherfucker.
You're supposed to be my best friend.
Now in this video, this is where it really fucking pissed me off to no fucking end. This motherfucker talks so much shit on the genre that actually made him into something, and he shits on it so fucking much. So much that he says, well, I didn't leak fucking Raz's nudes. I got phone conversations. I got shit archived. I got text messages. I can blackmail motherfuckers. Do you ever notice nobody messes with this motherfucker anymore because he's nothing but a piece of fucking shit? Do you realize that? He's a fucking has-been, a nobody, and nobody gives a fuck about this guy. He might have his little fucking circle of fans and his little jerk circle or whatever the fuck, but I'm going to let you watch the rest of this clip. That way you yourself can see how much he just keeps saying the same thing over and over. And I guess I'll catch you guys sometime in this video again. But until then, just keep on watching. I like how he's trying to expose her, but throughout this entire fucking, video, he's pretty much exposing himself. That's the funny part.
After all this shit happened, her fucking manager wants to call me and talk about doing a 90-20 split on royalties. Because I missed 2 royalty payments because she put her fucking hands on me. I was pissed. I haven't even talked to her since Strictly that year. Not once. Not fucking once. That was supposed to be my best friend in the world, my ride or die. The girl that I created. I put my own fucking career on the back burner for fucking years for that girl. And that's the thanks I get. And then you want to go and tell people I fucking lied about my car accident? Right? And I used all that for dope money? I was doing fucking a gram of heroin in Albuquerque is $60. I was doing 3 grams a day between me and my bitch ass ex. I got $3 grand from that GoFundMe. Do the math, people. How the fuck am I going to be strung out on dope in Oklahoma and spending all that fucking money? Are y'all that dumb? But nah, man, this is horrorcore. Y'all want the drama. Y'all want the fucking lies and bullshit. I ain't taking it no fucking more.
Look, there's one shot towards horrorcore. And he just even admitted too he's a fucking drug addict.
Period. Ain't happening no more. If y'all want to believe some shit like that, then believe it. But all this paperwork right here that I just showed y'all, here I'll show y'all again. All this speaks to the contrary. You feel me? All of it. And next time I go to the doctor, if this ain't satisfactory enough for some of you motherfuckers, I'll get all the paperwork about my leg surgery. All of it. And then what? And then what? What are people gonna think of me then, huh? Am I still a fucking liar? Do I still deserve to have cancer because I supposedly ripped off my fans? When I didn't, I was trying to save the girl, the love of my life, from having to put up with how y'all do people sometimes. That's the fucking truth. That's the truth behind all this shit. I've stayed quiet because I wanted to avoid the drama. That's it. I just wanted to avoid the drama, guys. She left. She's gone. I didn't want it to be that way. I didn't. I tried so hard, and I have all the phone conversations with the management recorded. Believe me, I got them. I tried so hard to make it to where it didn't have to be like this, to where there would be no problems, no beef, no separation of the fans. Because when me and her broke up, we did this thing. We didn't tell people for about 2 years, because we knew if we fucking told people, it caused static within our fan base. I wanted to keep that same momentum whenever she left the label. She didn't want that. She's talking about all this fucking money I owe and shit, man. What about the $40,000 invested in my time from I have it all written down, believe me. Every beat, all the mixing and engineering, everything. She's made a total of $17,000 her whole career since 2008 off digital royalties. And yet you're 40 grand in the hole to me, basically? But I was doing everything for free out of love. You know what I'm saying? That's the fucking truth. And I've documented all this shit all these years, man. And now people want to say I'm fucking faking having cancer? Are you fucking kidding me? People want to say I faked my car accident? Are you fucking kidding me? That's the truth. You can take it or you can fucking leave it. But that's the truth. There's 42 y'all watching right now. 42 of y'all have seen the motherfucking documentation. All of it. So now tell me who's the fucking liar. Tell me who's the fucking liar in this situation. Yeah, I put my hands on Raz. Yeah, I grabbed her by her fucking hair and I put her on her fucking ass because she hit me in my fucking face. But no one wants to talk about that side of it, huh? Was that right of me to do? Nah, man. I don't put hands on women. I don't. I'm not that dude. I never have. You can ask any of my fucking exes about it. Any of them. With the exception of my fucking strung out about cut ex. Which, by the way, Raz tried to reach out to her and tell her to go with her and fucking tell all the fans I used to beat the shit out of her. And that my car accident was a fake. Why is that, people? Why? Why do you think all of this shit happened? It wasn't because of me. Anyone who's met me, anyone who saw me and Raz together knows I love the motherfuck out of that girl. I would have done anything for that girl. Period. I brought her up. I molded her from nothing. From nothing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking the talent. I'm not saying she don't got talent. Sure. That's why I scooped her up. But that's the truth. And now I'm the liar? Well, guess what? I just proved everything wrong. With medical documentation.
I'm really trying to keep this in line with the story, but dude, this dude is all over the place, jumping topic to topic. It's very hard for me to really analyze and dig deep on it, but, you know, first off, he does rip his fans off. If he hasn't mentioned it already, which I'm pretty sure he has, if not, he will shortly. And the whole, he didn't want Raz to leave, yeah, because who gives a shit about DickPanicK anymore, man? He's a fucking douchebag. Of course the fucking Raz left. She was gonna take the fan base. She showed that it's strictly for the wicked. And he didn't like that shit. So he wanted to keep it on the down low to keep making that income. You think he really gives a fuck about the fans? He don't. He doesn't. He molded everything. He's the fucking, I guess, God. And he likes to talk shit about our fucking genre. You know what? Go fuck yourself, buddy. You know, he doesn't want drama, but yet he made this fucking video.
Huh? I never wanted to divide this fan base. That's never been my goal. Ever. Even after everything went sour. Even after everything went sour, guys. That's why I stayed so quiet about everything. Because I wanted to save myself the fucking drama. And more importantly, I wanted to save her the fucking drama. Because she don't take the online shit well. I do. Because I'm used to it. She does to an extent too. But it really gets to her. And that's the truth. So as my last gift of love, I was like, you know what? If people really want to think of me like that, after all the times, after all you fans that I've met over the years at all these shows, tours, everything, man. Anyone who's met me and looked in my fucking eyes knows I'm a sincere dude, man. I ain't no fucking angel, and I ain't claiming to be no fucking angel. I made my mistakes. I ripped people off. I did, and I admit that. Whenever I was on dope, I ripped people off for some beats, for some engineering. Fuck yeah, I did, because I was strung out on dope, and that's my problem, and I have to live with that. But you know what? Outside the exception of a couple people, I made all that shit right when I got clean. I paid people back their fucking money, or I gave them their beats. And that's the truth. There's only about 2 people I didn't because they wanted to do this, and I don't do this. You could have been a professional, accepted my apology, and taken your money back, or gotten your beat, but you didn't want it. So fuck you, eat a dick. That's the truth, y'all. Yeah, I ripped off a couple people, but I never, ever ripped off anyone whenever it came to that fucking car accident. And I sure as fuck ain't faking this cancer shit. Documentation for everything is right here.
See? Straight from the horse's fucking mouth. I rip off my fans. Do I have to say any more? And I'm sure he's done it more than when he was just methed out, you know? And, you know, doesn't that make you wonder, though, that... Was he methed out when he had the fucking money from the GoFundMe? I think so.
I've been humbled. I've been fucking humbled by everything I've been through, man. From my fucking car accident to my whole camp stabbing me in the back and fucking leaving me for dead to finding out I have cancer. And all I wanted to do is call Raz. You know that? Let's just be real. Be like, you know what, man? I'm hurting. You're supposed to be my best friend. I need my best friend. You ain't there for me right now. Because you're so concerned about some fucking money that wasn't yours anyway. What happened? When did you turn into a rock star? What happened to your fucking humbleness, yo? That isn't how I raised her in the game. I raised her to be humble.
The next thing I want to say is this motherfucker talks about how humbled he is and all that shit. Well, you know what? If you like being humbled, I can easily break your fucking back, make you humble, and then fuck your ass like my daddy, the Iron Sheik, motherfucker.
All country way, make him humble. Suplex him, put him in a camel clutch, break his back, and then fuck his ass, make him humble to he respect authority.
I can easily make you humble. I told you I'd fuck you in the ass, and I would do it just to prove a point that I'm more dominant to make you fucking cry. But then again, you're gay enough to probably fucking like that shit, and I heard you had about fucking 6 dildos in the fucking recording booth, motherfucker.
And yet I'm the fucking asshole. I'm the piece of shit, right? When you're labeled something, you're labeled something. People labeled me as a fucking liar. Why would I want those people in my life anyway, huh? Why? That's why I didn't defend myself. Because why would I want people who would believe some shit like the people who have met me? I've let people stay in my fucking house. They've been around me. I've fed them. I've given them free merch. Why would I want people like that in my fucking life who wouldn't believe I went through some shit like that? Get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all wanted your fucking proof? Now you got it. Now you know who the fucking liar is. Now you know what the fucking truth is. And that's what it is. And if anyone wants to dispute it, come right here. Because I'm done. Fucking saying I'm faking having cancer, man. Fucking saying I'm faking having my car accident. Fuck y'all. And fuck her for doing that to me. My best fucking friend who I loved more than any other person on this planet, man. Want to do that to me after everything I've done? Fuck that. If you want to be down with some shit like that, then that's on you. But now you know the fucking truth. It ain't about fucking drawing lines in the sand, man. I never tell anyone don't go bump fucking so-and-so or do this and that. I've never been that dude except for whenever I was dumb and immature early in my career. I've been humbled, man. When you come as close to fucking death as I have, as many times it humbles you. I've been humbled. Now ask yourself who's not being humble.
Camel clutch, break his back, and then fuck his ass, make him humble.
Like I said, I ain't gonna post this video. There's 53 of y'all watching who saw this with your own fucking eyes. all of you, know the fucking truth now. About my car accident, about why Razakel left, about my cancer, about everything else. So if anyone wants to dispute it, get your boys back and tell them what the fucking deal is. Because you saw the proof with your own fucking eyes. That's what it is, man. I don't ever get emotional over online shit. I've always made it a point not to. Because it's pointless. What's the point? Some kids behind a keyboard talking shit? Whoop-de-doo, man. I've been dealing with that shit since I first started my career. Ain't no thing to me. But I'm sick and tired of having my name and reputation drugged through the fucking mud for no reason, y'all. How much dirt and how much shit have I talked about her since she left? How many of her nudes have I leaked? None. How many times have I put out the video of me fucking her brains out? Not once. I have dirt on everyone in this fucking scene. I have recorded phone calls. I have nudes. I have it all. And how many times have I go through my timeline? Not one post about anyone. Not one nude leaked. Not no shit talked. Nothing. Nothing about anyone. Because I ain't like that. I ain't like that. This is supposed to be about music, y'all. Not bullshit. Not politics. Not drama. I'm over here sitting in Colorado Springs fucking dying. Fighting for my fucking life. And people want to try and troll me right now? People want to talk about her and me hitting her? And talk about that I faked my car accident? Fuck y'all.
Now in this video, this is where it really fucking pissed me off to no fucking end. This motherfucker talks so much shit on the genre that actually made him into something, and he shits on it so fucking much. So much that he says, well, I didn't leak fucking Raz's nudes. I got phone conversations. I got shit archived. I got text messages. I can blackmail motherfuckers. Do you ever notice nobody messes with this motherfucker anymore because he's nothing but a piece of fucking shit? Do you realize that? He's a fucking has-been, a nobody, and nobody gives a fuck about this guy. He might have his little fucking circle of fans and his little jerk circle or whatever the fuck.
I'm fighting for my fucking life right now. Don't give me that shit. Fuck y'all and fuck you if you believe any of that. I don't want you as a fucking fan. If you would think that shit of me. Fuck that. But now, it's all out, guys. It's all out. It's all out here in the open. Every last bit of it. All of it. My leg surgery. My fucking diagnosis. Everything. Everything's out in the open now. Proof. Proof positive that I didn't rip no one off. Proof positive that I got fucking cancer and I'm fighting for my life. I admitted my wrongs, y'all. I outed myself. I exposed myself on this video. I told y'all the truth. That's the difference. I grabbed that girl by her fucking hair and I put her on her ass because she hit me in the face. That's the truth. After she blatantly disrespected me at my own event. After I just tried talking to her. She hit me in the face. So I grabbed her by her hair and put her out. My bad, I'm sorry. Well, that wasn't cool, sure. But that's the truth. I didn't fucking hit her. I didn't slap her. I didn't kick her. Nothing. That's the truth. That's the truth, guys. Just like I opened up and I said to you, yeah, man, when I was on dope, I ripped some people off. Hell yeah, I did. And I can admit that. I can admit my wrongs. And I made them right with the exception of about 2 people. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to stir up the shit. I didn't want to cause drama. I didn't. This is what I've been trying to avoid. This is why I didn't out any of this shit. This is why I didn't expose any of these lies that have been fucking told about me, guys. I was trying to save her the fucking heartache, and I was trying to save myself the heartache. You feel me? It's hard, man, having your name drugged through the mud like people have done to me, especially all these fucking years. You feel me? I understand, man. Whenever all that shit happened, she left, and then people started saying I faked my car accident and this and that. You know, I understand how it looked. because I didn't defend myself. I understand for some people that might have looked like an admission of guilt. You feel me? But I was trying to fucking save myself from the drama. I was trying to save her from the drama. And I was trying to keep our fucking fan base like this because I didn't want our fans to split, man. I didn't want fans to pick sides between people. That wasn't the goal, man. Maybe for her, but not for me. I built this label, man, with my blood, sweat, and tears. Why would I want to fucking do that? I already fucked it up whenever I was on dope. I just want to be left alone. Now y'all know. Thank you for listening to me and hearing me out. And that's what it is. I ain't saving this video. I ain't posting it. There's 71 of y'all watching right now. 71 of y'all saw all the proof with your own fucking eyes of my medical records. Hey, look at all this shit, guys. I'm lying, right? I'm lying, right? Yeah, I'm fucking lying. Now y'all know the truth about it all. About the car accident, about my cancer, about what happened between me and her. Now y'all know the truth, and I ain't gonna repeat it again. So it's up to y'all to do the right thing. Do the right fucking thing, people. Don't let people spread these fucking lies about me no fucking more. If you're a true fan of mine or a true friend of mine, don't put up with that shit. No fucking more, man. I love you guys. I appreciate everyone who wholeheartedly supported me and continues to support me. Real fucking talk. I love you guys. And I'm sorry it had to come to this. I ain't telling no one to go throw no shade or throw no hate toward anyone, man. I don't want that. Just know when you see people talking about me, what it is now. Y'all, now y'all know who the fucking liar is. And that's all I gotta say, man. It's still SPR for life up in this bitch. It's Dead Gang for life up in this bitch. It's the Sick Beats for life up in this bitch. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for at least hearing me out. You saw the proof. I don't want to hear no more about it. Much love and many thanks. I appreciate y'all. Tell Shape to suck a fucking dick. Anyone hating. Now y'all been exposed. Now what next? What lies next, huh? Ain't no disputing documentation. Eat a fucking dick, man. Go eat a couple more cheeseburgers. Fuck out of here, man.
Look, I'm just gonna say it right now. That's the reason why everybody hates him. That's probably why you hate him, and that's why I hate him, and that guy hates him, and that chick hates him, and that one over there hates him. We all fucking hate him. He's a piece of fucking shit. You don't need to be in this genre. Go back to your fucking occult rap bullshit. You know, that's going so far for you. Anyway, what I do want to say is, I was a fan of SKR, you know, of course I was. I had the merch, the CDs. I was a fucking big fan trying to be in the Apostles and shit, you know. He's not my idol anymore, but he told me, Zombie, how does it feel to be fucked by one of your idols? Well, SickPanicK, how does it feel to be fucked by one of your fans or one of your old fans? Or, well, you know what I'm trying to fucking say here. But anyway, before we get into the next part, I want you guys to see where and why I stopped listening to SKR, because they started to sell out. Mainly him. We're going to go ahead and look at that. And then afterwards, we're going to have a little break. And then we're going to go into the next part, the next segment of this video.
Well, let me speak on this, man, because I know some people, I don't know what it is, but some people out there think like we have this grudge or vendetta with juggalos and with psychopathic. Let me clarify this on air to everyone right now. SKR loves juggalos. SKR loves people who are down with their shit. All right, that's all there is to it. If you're a juggalo and you bump SKR, then fuck yeah, that's cool. You're an SKR fan to me, though. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I mean? If you're a death metaler and you like SKR, then it is what it is. Fuck yeah, keep repping that brutal shit. You know, we love anyone who has love for us. As far as psychopathic goes, you know what I'm saying? I've met some of them cats. You know what I'm saying? I've met Joe. I've met Joey. I've met fucking Paul. I've met them cats. I've met fucking Bill. All of them. Back in the day. Look at me. I have this shit inked all over my body, too. That was a time in my life that marks something for me. You feel me?
Yep, exactly.
So it's like, you know, when it comes to cycle, I have people ask us all the time, are you going to do the Gathering of the Juggalos? I have people ask us all the time, are you looking to collaborate with Psychopathic Records? The answers are no to both of them. Never. Nothing against Juggalos. Has nothing to do with the fans at all. I'm not interested in riding anyone else's dick to get to the top. I don't want to work with fucking Psychopathic. Why? What's it going to do? Yeah, exposure. I can get that exposure on my own. I don't need to work with other people to put ourselves on the map. That's what people need to understand. I don't need to be on fucking on Hatchet House. I don't need to do this. I don't need to do that. I don't need to collab with Twisted. I don't need to collab with Blaze. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? We're doing this our own way. And people, you have to respect that. Would you rather us just mimic them? Like 20 million other people out there are doing?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, that's not original. That's ripping off their shit. Irregardless, they're hustlers, bro. That's all there is to it. They're businessmen. They know what they did. They got a fucking market, and they locked it down. And they're smart.
Yep.
I can't take it away from them. They know exactly what they're doing. Calculated decisions, one by one. Ever since the first 10,000 copies of Ringmaster that went out, they knew exactly what they were doing. But see, the thing to me is by meeting them, to me, the Carnival and Juggalos, all that shit, the Juggalos are the ones who made that shit a reality.
Yep.
They're the ones who took the idea that ICP was putting out in their music, saying there's this carnival, guys, and everyone can belong. This is family. This is Juggalo family. Well, you know, speaking from personal experience, you know what I'm saying? They don't give a about fucking family. And I'm sure that might piss some people off, but I don't give a fuck. From my personal experience, they don't give a fuck. They give a fuck about that almighty dollar. $6 million in merchandising rights alone for 2 years ago. $6 million. Am I hating on that? Fuck no. That's a hustle. That's what it's all about. But the Juggalos, man, these kids out here who will ride or die, those are the ones that make this shit special. Those are the ones that make the family, as they put it, real. It has nothing to do with them. When do you see ICP hanging out with their fans in the crowd?
Exactly, and that's
When do you see anything that's... You can see them at an in-store. You can see them driving around at golf carts on the Gathering. Are they going to stop to every Juggalo and say, what's up? Fuck no. Fuck no.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm telling you, you have the SKR Gathering, we'll be out there. I don't care if there's 500 people there. I don't care if there's 5 people there. I don't care if there's 5,000 people there. We will be out there with every fan saying what's up and showing them that we are grateful for their fucking support. I don't give a fuck. If SKR goes platinum, I don't give a fuck. I'll stay a whole extra day in the crowd, same with everyone else in the camp, just to meet our fucking fans. That's how much our fans mean to us. This is real family. This is not a marketing scheme. You know what I'm saying? And that's real talk, man. You know, you know, Juggalos are amazing because they took this idea and they made it something so special to where they could have gatherings every year with thousands of people. Shit. You know, and Juggalos feud within each other. He's a fucking Juggalo. He ain't real. She ain't real. They do it all the time. Whenever you come to SKR, baby, to the real underground, there's no such thing as a fake fucking motherfucker. You know who's real, and that's it. You know what's up. You know, so... To clarify once again, man, we got love for anyone who has love for us. We're not interested in working with Psychopathic Records. We're not interested in working with Strange Music. We're not interested in working with Psychological Records. We're interested in working with anyone outside the underground. That's all there is to it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying earlier, we got some pretty big collabs for the album that we're going to drop next month. But you know what? The thing is that we're not riding no dick. If those collabs that happen, they happen, those happen out of good people. Those happen because those motherfuckers felt our music and they wanted to lay something up on it. It's not like we went to them like, hey man, you know, we know by getting you on a verse, we're gonna get 500 extra fucking copies sold. No, fuck that.
That's right.
No, that ain't the way it goes. You know, so it's like, it's nothing against the fans, but dude, I'd rather go up the back road, just like ICP did, just like the start of Psychopathic. They went the hard way. They started out there in Detroit, Michigan, and they went and they hustled. They had their own little shit. They did their thing and they made it big. That's the way we want to do it. I don't want to have to be like, the only way I can move a record is by getting twisted on the CD. Fuck that. If we're going to move a record, it's going to be because of who's on it, but because the music is good. Because the killers out there feel the shit. You know? So there's the whole thing with that, man. I put it all on the table now. I might catch some hate for it, but fuck it. I'm being real with people.
And that's what
There's no gimmicks here. This is what you're hearing right now, and what you see is what you get. We're not godly. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to sit there and, you know, we deceived you. Our real belief is God. Fuck that. What you see with us is what you get. No fucking bullshit, no schemes, no marketing. It is what it is, man. And, you know, we want to do it the right way, the hard-working way. We don't want to cop out and bite off someone else's shit. We want to be original.
Yo, what up, Fable lovers? I'm Polmar. This over here is the Crimson Jester. We're live here in Buffalo, New York. We just wrapped up the Children of the Grave tour. I'm joined here with some special guests. This is DickPanicK and Razakel. How's it going?
How's it going? It's good to fucking be here, man.
Yeah, it is. I'm glad to have you guys, you know, on here doing this for Fable lovers. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So, what have you guys been up to lately? It's been a while since we've really heard from you guys.
Shit, man. Just on the hustle and grind. You know what I mean? Putting out albums, merchandise, and being lucky enough to tour with our boys from Dark Half and Simulation of Life. So we're just kind of doing the thing, just hustling like everyone else out there, just trying to do it big, and
So now,
not a problem.
So I don't know. I guess maybe to wrap this up, do you guys have any words of wisdom to the Juggalos, to the listeners back?
We don't hate you.
We don't hate any of you, dude.
I know a lot of Juggalos think SKR don't like Juggalos, and that's not the case. The thing is like this: we got love for everyone that has love for us. Whether you're a Juggalo, a metalhead, an emo kid, a gothic kid,
A Christian,
a Catholic, we don't give a fuck.
We like everybody.
If you love us, we love you back. So there, lay the rumor to rest, guys.
We're
don't
not
fucking hate you.
juggalos, but we have love for juggalos.
Exactly.
So don't believe the hype, man. Let it go.
Much love. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I know we have a lot of Juggalo fans, so we appreciate
you guys.
Thank you guys. Thanks, guys. Much love.
All right. Well, there you have it, Fable lovers. DickPanicK, Razakel. I'm Polmar. This is the Crimson Jester. Until next time, y'all have a good night. Stay safe. Whoop 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 whoop. You. Whoop 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 whoop. You. Whoop 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 whoop. You.
Hey Andy, this is Sonette. I'm really so mad at you. You can suck my balls. My daddy's gonna put you in your grave. I'm gonna pee on your grave after you show me your butthole. It's gonna punch you in the bunghole. Show me your butthole!
Afflicted with some kind of Down syndrome, but I'm DickPanicK, the hardest rapper ever. Then why ain't you got the balls to take your bitch ass to Denver? So if you're rocking fake blood and your name's DickPanicK, you need to fucking wake up and wash off your makeup, cause you cannot take us. Let's be realistic. The first step's eyeliner, the second step's lipstick. If you ever thought for 1 second DickPanicK sick, you need to reevaluate your taste in music, kid. Yo, faucet face, why you crying like a bitch?
No, Mama. He was my dog. I'll do it.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Stop it, please, I beg you!
how did you make SKR? I don't think I've ever asked this question.
Well, so just to clarify, there's no one on SKR no more but me.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Yeah, everyone else is gone. So SKR consists of me, myself, and I, which is actually working out to be better. As a for once in my career, I can work on me. You know what I'm saying? Like all these years, man, I've spent, to be completely honest, like I've spent most of my career elevating other artists and bringing up other artists and producing other artists and this and that, and during all these years that I was doing all that, I intentionally put my own records and fucking the whole thing like on a back burner, essentially, so I could make sure everyone else was taken care of before me. So now it's a different dynamic because all the work I've been putting into everyone else, I can finally kind of shift and put into me now. And all things considered, with how much work I put in for the genre and for the label and
a lot
else, I think I deserve it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's my turn now, and because I don't have to worry about anyone else, and I don't have to worry about fucking dealing with fucking prima donnas or fucking politics or fucking, and there'll always be politics, but I don't really have to worry about anything else but myself. And I found that to be pretty fucking liberating. And the material I'm churning out because of that is, I feel it's like my best material to date. And it's just nice to be able to do something for myself for once, instead of worrying about everyone else. So which is it's like something I definitely wanted to cover tonight in the interview, because I know a lot of people are curious as to what is SKR now, because everyone else is gone. The SKR has always been like a bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? We always had numerous artists, and throughout the years of this label, I've had the pleasure as well as the terror of working with some of the most legendary fucking artists to ever grace the genre. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a hell of a ride, man. You know what I'm saying? Fucking ups, downs, lefts and rights, and everything in between.
What is Tapeworm?
What's up?
What's Tapeworm right now? Is it still making music?
I have no idea, and I don't care.
Okay, gotcha.
That's just me, bro. Like I'm gonna keep it like honest and 100. You know what I mean? Like that's always been kind of the problem with SKR, bro. Is because the politics, because we were so popping and this and that. Like I had to lie a lot, and a lot of us had to lie a lot to keep the politics in check, to make sure and not piss off this person or that person, and this and that. And I'm like, those days are over for me. You know what I'm saying? Like how I feel is how I feel about someone, and I'm not gonna lie anymore to people, about people, or for people, or anything. Like, ever since I got fucking clean off drugs and fucking I got my shit together, and after everyone jumped ship, there was the mutiny on the label, which caused everyone to leave. It's opened my eyes to a lot of things, man, and really, like, not just in the music business, but in my personal life too. Like I'm done. I'm 34 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can't be honest with people, and if they can't take that honesty, then I mean, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, if the squeeze has to be worth the juice, and whenever it comes to old people from this label, I really did, at first when everything happened, I really did try and keep the peace, and I remained pretty much silent about everything, even though my fucking name was getting drugged through the mud by people. I stayed silent because I really wholeheartedly was just trying to like make things from being worse and this and that. And at the end of the day, man, that was just, you know, I was being on some dishonest shit. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, what the fuck do I have to fear from anyone, man? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
With you sitting back and not saying anything, you got to see who actually supported you too.
Well, yeah, and that was a huge thing too, man. Like, you know, whenever fucking Raz jumped ship, you know what I'm saying? I got to see who was motivated by what. And I still see that, you know, even now, like, I get to sit back and watch people play the politics, but from the other end of it now. So I can really see who really wants to fuck with me and who was trying to fuck with me for the wrong reasons, who is like, you know, lying to me, fucking doing the whole two-face thing, shake your hand to your face, and then whenever you're not around, you know, talk a gang of shit. And just that part of my life's done, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really just done fucking being dishonest with people, and I'm done like worrying about people, because at the end of the day, bro, like, I'm gonna make my own decisions. I make my own career. No one else fucking is gonna, you know, do it but me. You know what I'm saying? And I can't, what like, I'm supposed to run around in fear of fucking a bunch of underground rappers who fucking, at the end of the day, like, it isn't gonna affect my sales or my fan base, or, you know, because whenever everything did happen, bro, I was tripping. I was like, damn, bro, like, my fan base is gonna get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? What about all these kids that got SKR tattooed all over them? What about them? You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever, if I say I'm down with something for life, like, I mean that shit. Like, you know, when I say SKR for life, like, I mean it. And for other people, it was more of a convenience factor, and I'm down for life as long as it benefits me, and I'm down for this, that, and the other whenever it benefits me. But whenever the going gets tough, you know what I'm saying, and real shit starts to happen, then I'm gonna tuck tail and dip. And that's, you know.
What about your beats? The sickbeats.com still up?
Oh yeah, man. I'll always be doing production, bro. Like, nothing at the end of the day, man, like, nothing's really changed. You know, there's less people on SKR and I'm more focused on me. But at the end of the day, like, nothing really has changed, because like, the pure honesty of it, man, is that I built this label. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was the brains behind everything at that label for all these years. Regardless of if I put my own career on the back burner or not, I was still the dude coming up with the promotional fucking shit, the marketing ideas. I was still the executive producer, fucking financing everything. You know what I'm saying? And fucking, and so on and so forth. So, like, but it's just, I was letting it benefit other people instead
So
of
now
myself.
do you say that is it easier running it on your own?
Oh, wait,
Other people? Like, way
yeah,
easier? Like
way leaps and bounds. Where, I mean, you know, like I said at first, when all this happened, man, I was a little bit nervous, and I can be real and honest with everyone saying that. You know, I didn't know how the fan base was going to take everyone splitting and SKR just being satanic. You know, when you've worked as long as I worked for, you know, doing SKR, man, you know, it's a business, and it's fucking, you build up a lot. And, you know, I was nervous, but seeing now the amount of support that I still have, I honestly and genuinely can say, like, I think this is for the best in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, other people can go and do whatever the fuck they feel they need to do now, and go use up other people as much as they want to now, and that's cool. But for me, like, I can finally fucking do something for myself, and I can finally, like, get the shine that I deserve. You know what I mean? And I don't have to worry about nothing no more. If something fucks up, it's my bad, and I can deal with fucking my own shit. But it's like, whenever you empower other people is whenever things become a problem, and then you have to point fingers, and then they're pointing fingers, and this and that. And, like, by being solo and doing this myself, I've bypassed all that shit. Now I can concentrate on what the most important thing with this whole thing is, man, and that's the music. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of fans in this genre, they forget like at the end of the day, this is supposed to be about music, not fucking who has the most fucking Facebook likes or you know, who's doing what with who's collabing with who or what label you represent or whatever, you know, like at the end of the day, it's supposed to be about dope music. You know what I mean? And I feel like now I can finally make some fucking, you know, some music that comes from a special place from in here that I wasn't able to express before. But I mean, just to be real, like I don't really listen to a lot of underground rap. Like literally, like I'll listen to something like twice in a month, maybe if that.
I remember you telling me that, and I thought you were fucking with me. Like,
yeah, no, you know, I'm genuine when I say that. Like I'm not a fan of horrorcore. I don't listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, the golden days of horrorcore are gone. They've been gone. Back in the day when you had fucking Simpkin Heights and fucking old school Esham and fucking Hell's Kitchen and like Mental Ward and fucking like all the old school, you know, Q Strange and Bedlam, and those were like the golden years of wicked shit or horrorcore, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know, and since then, like it's become redundant.
do you feel like it's
That's
dying
why
off?
really
Cookie cutter?
No, I don't. It's definitely cookie cutter for sure. Everyone is doing the same shit that everyone else is doing, and that's the way it's been for the last fucking probably close to a decade. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all the same shit. Always like there's never nothing that I hear that's innovative or some of these cats got bars. You know what I'm saying? I'll give them that. Some of them got bars, but it's not content that I can relate to anymore. I'm not like the angry teenager yearning for violence that I used to be like, you know,
we're out of that stage.
Nowadays everybody is a wicked rapper. It's the truth though. Everyone wants to be a horrorcore rapper. Everyone wants to be an underground rapper. Like everyone wants to just copy each other and go download beats off YouTube and go get a $50 blue mic from Guitar Center and record, and all their friends and their family hype it up like it's the next best shit. I'm totally being on your microphone, dog. I can't fucks with the blues. That's just me. But as far as I know, you're not a rapper. You're doing radio shit, so I can't completely hate on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's the truth, though. You know, and as much as people don't like to hear it, it's the truth. Everyone's copying everyone. No one's doing nothing original. Like it's all the same shit over and over. And I can't relate to that. You know what I mean? That's just not me. So as far as me ever signing anyone again, no, there will never be another artist ever again on SKR. SKR is going to remain a completely solo deal. From now on, it's Siktanic. And I mean, later on down the road, I might do some distribution deals or some co-releases or something like that. But I have absolutely positively not even an inkling of any desire to sign anyone, any desire to screen a demo, nothing. Like it's my turn now, and I'm going to concentrate and stay focused on myself.
If you had a girlfriend, you and your girlfriend, no, actually, let's go back to the girl you had before. We won't say any names. Your last girlfriend, if you two were to make a porn video, what would you name your girlfriend's porn name as and why?
I don't know. I have a lot of porn videos. I'm just, I haven't been a dick to release them. Just being real. Fuck. I don't know. I think the last video, that's probably too much. I think the last video I made was not too terribly long ago, but I wouldn't know what I call her. I don't know. I don't think in terms like that, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I'm like childish in the sense of like your porn name would be like, what's the old saying? Like, the street that you grow up on, and then something else or some
What,
shit.
did she have any bad habits, man? Like something you could throw in there with the name?
Nah. I mean, you know, I don't really like, I don't have much contempt for like many of my exes or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a couple, but that I like fucking despise and loathe with every bit of my being. But for the most part, you know, like I get along with some of my exes and others. We just we don't talk or
So,
know.
do you have any names
Hunter, Kevin Hunter wants to know. I'm not aware of what happened with the he doesn't know what happened with the label. If you want to touch with that, I mean, you can always go back and watch it, homie.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Well, I mean, fucking, you know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing to hide. You know what I mean? Like the 2-minute version of this is certain people got greedy. Their heads got a little too big for their own bridges, and they decided they were entitled to a little bit more than what they were entitled to. And despite my maximum effort for fair negotiation and to keep things from getting ugly, those particular people, or should I say that particular person, wanted to be not professional and not an adult about it. And so there was basically a mutiny within the label. And everyone pretty much was under the impression that the label was no more because of that particular individual. And so everyone split. And so I was left holding the bag. And now I'm like, I'm cool with it. I'm happy with it. You know what I'm saying? Like genuinely. And those people have moved on and they're doing their things and they've already found new people to use and abuse. And I'm glad I don't have to be a part of that formula anymore. You know, I would, like I said earlier, like Texas Microphone Massacre, I'll never have a bad word to say about those guys. They're solid, pure professionals, absolutely talented musicians, great people. They got pulled into something that unfortunately they weren't fully informed about. And so they made their choice, you know, to leave and whatnot, not knowing the full situation, which is fine. But I have absolutely nothing bad to say about them. And you know, at the end of the day, I can't really say anything bad about Reverend Fangori either, because he got the shit into the stick on this label, and I am man enough to admit that he wasn't treated well while he was here. Not only by me, but by the other who was supposed to be co-owner of the label. He wasn't treated fairly. And he got the shit into the stick. And if I was him, I would have jetted a lot longer before he did. As for anyone else, everyone else is dead to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put in 10 years of blood, sweat, and tears into building up people, establishing them, teaching them how to sing in key, teaching them how to double time, teaching them how to be professional, how to go about, name it. And I taught it. And
even though some of them decided not to be professional, I got mad respect for you, homie, because one person that was dissing you really pissed me off, and I'm sure you saw it in an inbox, and I kept my mouth shut. Well, you never said a bad word about her, even though she was.
Of course.
That kind of just blew it up.
You know, and that's been the kicker about this whole thing. You know, I really genuinely wanted things to be better. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like I had a lot of love for that person. You know what I'm saying? Not just as an artist or my ex-girlfriend or whatever, but you know, I considered that person to be like the closest person to me in life. You know, the one person that would never betray me no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And now you're looking at it. You know what I'm saying? But I know in my heart that I didn't do anything wrong. And anything wrong that I have done, I've fucking come forward. I've admitted to. I've manned the fuck up about. You know? But what I can't take is that person blatantly lying about me. You know, saying, oh, I'm fucking abusive, that I was abusive during the relationship and I, you know, put hands and nah, man. Nah, that's fucking bullshit. and
looking at other women. You did admit that.
It's probably tough when like you get a hater that you're really close to, like a
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, see the thing is with
haters, but when it's somebody that's right next to you, that's like tough.
the fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's like the Bring Me the Horizon song. You know, a true friend will stab you in the front. You know what I mean? I never in a million years ever expected that coming from her. I never would have guessed it. Like, no matter what, you know, and it's funny how things work out. But you know, I know at the end of the day, like in my heart of hearts, that I genuinely tried to do the right thing. I genuinely like tried to keep it from being drama or bad talk or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, like I can walk away with a clean conscience. But all I've ever wanted from anyone was to give me my fucking props. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to like me. You don't have to like my music. But give me my respect for what I've done. And that fucking particular individual absolutely refuses to admit the fact of the matter. And the fact of the matter is, without me, there would be no her. And that's fucking it. You can't dispute that. I'm sorry.
Hey, homie, I hate to interrupt, but our data just ran out on the phone. You're lagging bad, man. It sucks.
But it has been so fucking awesome to get to know more about you, Satanic. Thank you so fucking much.
At the end of the day, they're not initiates. They're not pursuing an education in the mysteries. They're not fucking doing this whole process. And so it's bullshit. And I mean, that doesn't mean their music's garbage, but if you're looking for something with substance that actually has true occult meaning, then I'm your man. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and otherwise, like, if fucking other people want to use these symbols and blah, blah, like, then that's up to them. But I'd rather deliver something that's a tested, truly product, you know, that I can honestly say, like, this is the real shit. This isn't, you know, picking up the Satanic Bible, reading it once, and then trying to spook people with your music. You know, this has been shit I've been into since I was young. And, you know, by no means am I the most educated individual on the subject. I learn new shit every day. And I think that's a part of being an initiate, like to humble oneself and, you know, like, I'm no master of the temple. You know what I'm saying?
We actually got into this on the last interview. Because
they're probably wondering what happened between you and Reza Cow, if you don't mind, Satanic.
So it's like this, man. Basically, I mean, there's two sides to every story, but I'm going to take the easy route and just pretty much say how it is. She kind of caught me being a dog. And by dog, I mean I was fucking flirting around and blah, blah, with other women. And, you know, we didn't see eye to eye on certain things. And, you know, we just kind of decided that it would be better for us to maintain a business relationship and friendship as opposed to a relationship. Because over the years, my views on certain things like relationships, monogamy, and what have you have changed drastically. And Raz in that way is a very old-fashioned type woman, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But I don't think I think it came to a point where we would butt heads on certain things, and you know, so we decided that would be the best route to go with it. And so, yeah, I mean, that's my best friend in the whole world. You know what I'm saying, to this day. And she's my business partner. She owns half the label now.
Hell yeah.
You know, and we maintain a very good friendship and absolutely great business relationship. You know, so I think the only difference now is obviously we don't live together, but you know, whenever we see each other, you know, it's not awkward. You know, I really like, she has her boyfriend now, Jimmy. He's a really good guy. I like him. He's a cool cat. And, you know, she was there for me, man, whenever I went down my rabbit hole of drugs and crime and,
everything else. And, you know, she was really the only person that was there for me outside of my fraternity people at the time. So, you know, and so, you know, that's just kind of how we roll now. We pretty much talk every day. If we don't talk on the phone, we're texting. You know, most of it's about business, you know what I'm saying? But we still bullshit, you know, how you doing? And there's definitely no like bad blood or hard feelings or anything like that. And in fact, I would argue that this made this label stronger because, you know, being with someone in a business like that can definitely complicate things in certain ways. And, you know, I feel now that that there is that barrier there between us. We can kind of look at things from a more rational business stance, which has helped progress us for the last 2 years. So yeah, I mean, that's basically the real shit about that, man. But, you know, needless to say, that's my best friend in the whole fucking world, and always had nothing but love and admiration and respect for her. So, and it's reciprocated. So
that's good.
I'm gonna sit here and say this real quick before another question. Shame on you, Sick-Tanic, for looking at another woman when you had a good woman like her.
Come on now, we're guys. I mean,
yeah, no, you know, I mean, you know, real shit though. I mean, I made some bad choices, you know, but I've changed so much as a person for a variety of reasons, and you know, I think we're in a state and time in the world right now where people are a lot more liberal about things, and you know, the type of lifestyle that I live and the things I do, and it surely isn't for everyone, and it's a very hard fucking thing to deal with, and you know, same would go for her too, you know. So if you kind of combine that, then it just makes for a possible bad situation, you know. But the thing is that, you know, we are so tightly knit that we were broken up for probably, you know, about a year, maybe 6 months to a year before we even told anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're both really private people, first of all, and secondly, we didn't want the fans and the trolls to get this information and try and further fuck things up by starting a bunch of drama and doing the whole troll thing, BS and all the other trying stuff. trying to make a bigger deal out of it than really what it was. Because when you break it down, regardless at the end of the day whether we were together or not, we still made the music that we made, and we still have all these records out with all these sales. We still fucking, you know, have done everything on our own. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of that, like, that can't be reflected really in the music. You know, that's more of a personal life thing, and you know, so, you know, yeah, it was my bad, absolutely. But, you know, things happen. I don't want to say things happen for a reason, but I think that now that that's kind of out there and people know the fucking deal, and me and her have continued our business relationship, that the proof is in the pudding. You know, it definitely wasn't a bad blow to this label because we've progressed even more. And, you know, I think that's definitely part of it, you know. So shame on me, but hey, man, it is what it is. I'll man the fuck up, admit my mistakes, and learn from them, and move on. You know, what else can I do? That's why I'm a single ass motherfucker right now. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it is what it is, man. Fuck it. Oh shit, people, all the females tuning in. Sick-Tanic is single.
oh, here we go. No,
I ain't looking for no damn girlfriend.
We're gonna start a date down here.
Don't fake the funk to me.
Hey,
it's like the Eminem song,
Red.
Superman. That ain't me. I ain't the one.
Roxy Red, you heard that? No, I'm just kidding.
You know what I'm saying? Like the real fucking, the most real occultists in the world, and I know this for a fact, the most realest motherfuckers, including Satanists, both theistic and non-theistic, they're quiet.
Yes, they are.
They don't need the attention. They don't want the attention, you know, so.
Isn't that cute? But it's wrong!
Now, this next little bit, we're going to be talking about occult things. We're going to be talking about some very heavy fucking things. I'm not going to be talking anymore. We're going to change the fucking environment, the atmosphere of this video. This is basically like a part 2 per se, but I think it needs to be all in one.
I'm sure he could think of something good.
Hey,
So, Sick
that would be an awesome one. Have Sick-tanic ask a question.
Sick-tanic. How did you come up with that name? Sick-tanic?
Yes, sir.
How'd you come up with that name?
The name was actually given to me by aka Zodiac. I don't know if he's listening, but if he is, shout out to my bro. He was like the original speak. SKR kind of started as like a crew thing, and he was kind of like the head of the speak. But me and him started hanging out, and we became acquainted and whatnot. And he noticed that every time he'd come over to my house, my apartment at the time, I'd be on Ogrish, which for those who may not be familiar, it's basically the 90s or 2000s version of what we now know as best gore. So basically like a fucking snuff site. And this was around the time when Daniel Pearl and Al Qaeda was starting to do all their videotape beheadings, and I would watch those on repeat a lot. And at that time I kind of proclaimed myself as a Satanist. He was just like, man, he's like, you're fucking... my original, as cheesy it is, my original rap name was I was thinking of Leviathan. And it just didn't have a ring to it. And one day we was kicking out my pad, he's like, man, you're a sick motherfucker for watching all this shit all the time. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Is it because you're satanic or what? And he just kind of looked at me, he was like, Sick-tanic. And we just, both of our heads kind of tilted, and we were like, well, fuck yeah. There we go, Sick-tanic. So, that's how I got the name, and I've stuck with it since.
All right, nice.
As far as your religion and people being curious about that, is there anything, that you would, like to say to them about it?
Well, the best way for me to sum up everything is to say, do what thou wilt, be the whole of the law, love is the law, love under will. If you are interested in Thelema, or you're interested, in Thelemic organizations such as the OTO or AA, my best advice to you would be to look on the United States Grand Lodge website, which I believe is OTO.org. You just basically go to Google and type in Ordo Templi Orientis, and the Grand Lodge website will come up first. Go there, look in your area, see if there's some OTO body, lodge, oasis, whatever, if there's OTO people by you, and attend the Gnostic Mass. Get in contact with the body master over there, the head of the lodge, trying to contact whatever. There'll always be contact information. Contact them, let them know your interest in Thelema and in the Gnostic Mass, whatever, and go. Get in contact with them, and, from there it's on you and them, but, that's really all I can really say is...
It's just to get out there and try.
If you're genuinely interested, then make contact and look into it. Otherwise, I highly suggest reading Book 4 by Aleister Crowley, The Book of the Law by Aleister Crowley, and you can go to hermetic.com/Thelema, and there is a whole slew of information on there, and read the message of the Master Therion. And from there it's all on you. You know what I'm saying? One thing I do want to make clear real quick to my listening audience, because I know a lot of you aren't familiar with this stuff. I want to nip something in the butt right now. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law does not mean do what you want. as much as you'd probably like it to be that way.
Yeah, there are consequences.
Yeah, definitely not. And I would also say, please, I implore you, if you're not serious, and, don't do it because of me. Please don't do it because of me. Do it because you have a genuine interest in this stuff. Otherwise, don't waste people's time. Don't make contact. Don't go out of your way to do any of this. Just read some books and call it a day. But if you're genuinely interested and you think, this is for you, then do what I said do.
Sounds like a plan right there.
Yeah, I mean, Thelema and the OTO is a huge part of my life, and I'm so very grateful that I'm involved in this stuff, and I absolutely love it, and it's changed me for the better.
and it's helped me find me, you know. So there's nothing definitive, you know, ever, but the education I've received from all this is just outstanding, and I got so much love for all my people out there. You know who you are, so just know that. And you know, what people call the left-hand path. You know, I think you have to know both. It's not just about being filled with light, you know, because light comes. We only understand light because it comes from darkness. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a dark room that's completely blacked out, you don't know what light is until you light that candle or you flick your bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, don't think that I'm like, oh, well, you know, fuck Satan. You know what I'm saying? Is you unless you know really what Satan is or means, you know, and let me clarify that real quick. Satan means adversary in Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Or Lucifer, you know, the light bearer, angel of light. You know, some of just one can argue is a completely separate thing. You know, as opposed to Satan, the adversary. But it all kind of breaks down into this thing of dusk and dawn, man, light and darkness. The sun rises every day, surely it will set. So, set, S-E-C-T, ha ha ha, gold pun. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's not all light and I'm protected by the white light of love. No. You know? But I wouldn't, whenever I think of the word Satanist, I think of Anton LaVey, and I think of LaVeyan Satanism, or theistic Satanism. And I'm neither of those things. I have a tattoo of Anton LaVey. I used to call myself a LaVeyan Satanist years and years and years ago. I have a high respect for LaVey as a hustler and a businessman, not as an occultist. You know, Satanism, in that sense, is actually a big stepping stone for a lot of Selamites. I know a lot of Selamites who come from that same exact background. You know, so well, I just want to clarify that real quick. But no, I'm not a Satanist, guys. I'm a Selamite and I'm an occultist. So please educate yourself on the terms before you hit me up. And what's it like being a Satanist, and how is it being in the Church of Satan? Because yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, because they're not really going to be able to get an answer about that one.
Well, any real fan of mine knows I don't worship the devil.
Told you.
I'm a Thelemite. I preach that shit through and through. And yeah, I mean, you know, if you actually listen to my music and you listen to, you know, especially my later stuff, Duplexity and Oculus Omnia and shit, even like Chapter 3 and whatnot, like, you know, there's
obviously one of my favorites still.
Thank you. I always have, you know, I have occult themes, and I may talk about the devil and whatnot here and there, but it's more in a symbolic type of manner. You know what I'm saying? It would be stupid for me to worship the devil and not worship God on the same tip. That's just hypocritical. You know what I'm saying? So I think we only have a comprehension of what good and evil and God and the devil is. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's a long conversation for a different time, but
that's why we wanted to bring it up, because I see a lot of posts where people that worships the devil. I'm thinking, no.
Well, yeah, and I mean, a lot of that comes from my early days in my career, because I used to, you know, be really like gung-ho about talking about shit, and it was real like shock oriented. I wanted to shock and offend people, you know what I'm saying? But my thing has always been to provoke people to think for themselves. And, you know, ever since I got involved with Thelema and, you know, I guess you could say I graduated, you know, occult elementary school from Satanism on into other things that make, to me, make more sense and whatnot. My main goal has been to promulgate and to try and talk to my fans through my music about, you know, religion and belief and the power of it. And you know, I have fans that are religious, that are Christians and this, that, and the other, and that's perfectly fine. I can't hate the individual because of the
the wrongings, you know, of a couple people. You know, don't get me wrong, I hate Christianity. I don't like condone or support Christianity or Catholicism or Judaism.
What about Mormons?
Any of that stuff. I think those are all like old aeonic concepts that are pretty much just tools for self-enslavement as opposed to
government
control. Instead of trying to discover what your true will is and therefore having the capability to exercise it. You know, so that's why the motto always is, you know, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. That doesn't mean fucking go and do whatever you want. You know, a lot of people get that saying twisted with do what thou wilt, but in fact I think it's almost antithetical to say that, because being able to do your will also means you have the ability to understand the consequences of doing your will. So while you can, in all reality, do whatever the fuck you want, you know, a Thelemite thinks about the consequences on all ends, the good and the bad, about, you know, discovering your will, exercising it, and actually putting it into motion. So that's always been my thing. Like, I want to give these kids a different point of view. You know what I'm saying? Like, Thelema isn't like a huge fucking religion. I mean, we're definitely we're up there, but we're not like, you know, on the level of fucking Christianity or something like that. It's you know, it's a smaller thing, but it's worked wonders, and I've worked wonders for myself because of it. And so in Thelema, you'll find these kind of things about God and the devil, and personally, and some people would argue with me about it, but the best way I can explain Thelema to anyone is it's more Christian than Christianity, but it's also more satanic than Satanism. So you have this like duplicitous play of
So it's bringing on both ends. Then it's like,
well, I mean, in order, like, you know, Aleister Crowley wrote in Liber Sadi, he wrote, you know, my adepts stand upright with their feet planted firmly in the hells and their head in the heavens, and that's a very profound statement, because you can't have light without darkness. It goes both ways. Like, and whenever I say Christianity, I don't mean in the terms of like Jesus or the Bible or something like that. I mean in the terms of what people would interpret the main symbolism of Christianity or morals of Christianity to be, because that's always the argument with a Christian is, well, you can't have moral fiber unless you worship Jesus. And I say to the contrary, you know, actually, yes, you can. And you can also have good moral fiber, identifying this devil or Satan character as well.
So what is your take on a rap artist that's saying they worship the devil? They're doing, like, for example, Mars. He was doing Dark Lotus, and I got him on last month, no, 2 months ago for an interview. And then he blew my mind. He's now a Christian rapper. I never would have expected that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, I've always been, once again, here's my realness coming out. I've always been pretty outspoken about the hypocrisy of doing horrorcore and then being religious. It just doesn't, like, once again, that doesn't bring that level of authenticity. And look, I get it, you know, like, horrorcore is supposed to be entertainment anyway, but how are you going to be okay with talking about murder and rape and all these things that come with horrorcore, but then be like, oh, you know, like, I believe in Jesus and we should all love each other, and all our sins were forgiven when Christ was crucified, and blah blah. It like I said, it's just, it would be just as dumb as me saying I'm a fucking devil worshiper. Like, you know what I'm saying? I guess in some ways, esoterically or symbolically speaking, you could say I'm a devil worshiper. Sure. You could also say that I fucking that I identify with Jesus in this on the same token. You know what I'm saying? Some people argue that Jesus and Satan are actually the same person in some kind of out there ideologies. You know what I'm saying? But
for me, that's why I don't go by that's why I don't call myself a horrorcore rapper, because at the end of the day, when you really listen to my material, I don't do a lot of hack and slash and murder and serial killing, and I talk more about religion and fucking theosophy and spirituality and fucking shit like that, you know, and it comes from a very genuine place, because I am, you know, though I'm always
That's why I really enjoy listening.
well read, like I know the Bible, I know the Satanic Bible, I know the Book of the Law. Like I'm not an academic, but I know my shit whenever it comes to religion and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm always constantly learning new things, which is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But I come from a very genuine place, so I've always been outspoken about people being on that. Not so much the horrorcore, but more on like that devil shit when they're talking Hail Satan 666 this and that, but then they're a Christian. Like that just don't. For me, that don't sit right. But
and the thing is these artists that are worshiping the devil, they say in their music, then switch to Christian music. I've noticed like Mars, Killa C, they've lost their fan base. Like they went from having thousands of views to 500-600.
Well, I mean, you know what? I can't, like, I have no room to judge because I don't know fucking Mars or Killa C, either one personally, so I don't really, you know, I'm not one to pass judgment on someone. You know what I'm saying? Like they obviously felt that they need to do whatever it is they need to do with their careers, and I mean, if that's the route they want to go, then I commend them for being honest and not faking the funk and being like, oh, I'm so scary and satanic, but I'm going to church on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Like that's always been the thing that turns me off about the genre. And also, you'll notice there's, even in horrorcore, man, people don't like the devil. It's funny. You know what I'm saying? I notice this shit all the time. Like, motherfuckers will do a track about fucking raping a woman and sacrificing her to the fucking sacrifice, you know, like sacrificing her, raping her, and fucking hack and slash. I'm in a Jason mask, you know, fucking blah blah. But the minute you bring up that S word, that Satan, that D word, that devil, people stand back, and it's like, it's almost like it scares them or something. You know what I'm saying? Like you're all about that life, but you're not really about that life. You know, like motherfuckers claiming they on that devil shit, man. If I were to take them into a temple and do some fucking Goetia with them, they'd shit themselves. They'd fucking piss everywhere. Like motherfuckers want to talk whenever it comes to this devil shit, but when it comes down to doing the work, doing real ritual and fucking, you know, so on and so forth, they ain't about that life. It scares them.
You know, we got a shout out on YouTube from Infectious. He says, shout out.
Just to clarify, like, I ain't hating on no one. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's how you do things, the more power to you, man. It's just from my personal perspective, authenticity is an important thing as an artist. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really, I've always been all about being as authentic as possible. And you know, I've dedicated a huge chunk of my life to the occult, man. Like, this isn't a gimmick for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been reading shit and exploring religion and these ideals since I was like 10, 11, 12 years old. And here I am 34 now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done initiations. I've done this, that, and the other. Like, I'm a practicing fucking magician. You know what I'm saying? So I take it very, like, I take it serious. You know what I'm saying? So when someone tries to downplay that a little bit and just use it for shock value, it's just like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not just be real with yourself and real with your fan base and just rap about, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is you want to rap about, but be authentic with it. And I've been guilty of the same shit in the past too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done songs about killing Christians and this and that, you know what I mean? And I don't kill people, and if I did, I wouldn't admit it. You know what I'm saying? So
alright, so I'm making this video because, or if anybody finds this, I really don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm breathtaking at what I've done, and I apologize. I know I'm gonna pay for my consequences. You know, I wish that I could have not done this, but I just lost my mind. I snapped, and I did what I did, and I gotta pay for it now. My consequences. I'm like all shaky and stuff, but like, finds this, tell my parents that like I love them and I'm very sorry for doing this, and there's nothing really else to say to everybody that is probably gonna hate me for this. I'm sorry, and I had to do it. My mind just snaps. I couldn't control it anymore. That's it. Fuck you to the big world. Fuck everybody in the world. I can't stand this place.
You could tell he was one of these kids that didn't get out. He didn't get out in the world at all. Like, his life revolves around being online. Period. Oh, fans and artists, we all stay at this one hotel so we can all, have a good time together and get on a little bit more of a personal level. In between sets and so on and so forth, you'll have just people mingling, just everyone's talking. They were really, really excited. Emma was social. She was a pretty girl. She was having fun. She was enjoying her youth. So once they got thrown into this social whirlwind and she saw that he was very awkward.
She's special, this one.
She is. There was probably a part of her that was like, ew, like I don't necessarily want to be around that.
Looking forward to seeing the show together.
At the show, they weren't around each other at all. I don't think there's one point at that show where I saw them together at all. He didn't fit in like everyone else, which is really odd because, we don't fit in nowhere. We're the outcasts of the outcasts. We're the rejects. So it was odd that a reject couldn't fit in with the rest of us rejects. Emma had to feel it. She had to know something was off. But what could she have done? They all drove all the way from Virginia up to here. It's not like she could necessarily leave the kid in Detroit. So she was kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. And he talks to Raz first. She hit the floor, literally. She fell to her knees.
Baby, are you okay?
She couldn't breathe. Oh my God, something, this is bad. Someone's hurt.
What happened, man?
Well, Sam says he killed everyone. Melanie's mom is, at this point, she's distraught. I put my phone, face speaker down onto my lap. I brought my phone back up to my ear. She heard me. I'll never forget, she said, "What the hell do you know?" How do I do this? This is not my job. But here I am.
Miss Wells?
So I took a deep breath and I told her, I said, "Ma'am, I'm very sorry, but your daughter's gone. She's been killed. And I'm sorry." She let out this scream that I'll never forget. I can hear it right now in my head. As if she just hit the ground. And, that was really hard. Melanie was sleeping in, like, the living room. He took her out first.
Sick describes some common attributes among those drawn to his type of music.
Do think probably like a good 60% are troubled, and they do have trouble, and they are pariah, or they are socially awkward or inept, or they have problems at home. The thing is that I'm like that too, and that's what I think makes it special, and that's what I think makes it relatable. Emma and Melanie had contacted us to become a member of what we call the Apostles. And the Apostles was like our street team for our most loyal, kind of diehard fans that did like street promotion, handing out flyers, online promotion. This was back in the MySpace days, so posting up bulletins, spreading graphics and stuff like that. And, you know, we had seen them around for a minute because they would always comment on our stuff. They'd repost our bulletins. And then both Emma and Mel had reached out to become members of the Apostles street team. And so I know there was a battle for quite some time between her and both her parents about her being such a hardcore fan of the music, you know, that we did. I think eventually her parents realized that it wasn't really negative. It was more of like a catalyst for Emma, you know, and Emma in particular. Mel was different, but for Emma, she had that bit of rebellion in her, especially for religion, and a lot of, you know, like my older material has a very anti-religious sentiment to it. And so I think that attracted her to it, and I think that enabled that my music was a catalyst for her to kind of get out that aggression in a constructive way.
That's when you first connected with SickTanik.
With Sam, it's pretty much an identical type of story. He was a huge fan of the music, and he wanted to be an apostle. And so he submitted to become an apostle, and it was like almost like a questionnaire to have these kids fill out so we could play to their strengths, or at least what we thought their strengths could be. So when he submitted, I saw the fact that he knew Flash, Java, and HTML. And so back then, I kind of did everything. Like, I ran the whole show, so whenever I saw that this kid knew those type of programming languages, I wanted him to do a website for us. And so that is how I got in contact with him, as far as like accepting him into the Apostles and putting him to work, so to speak, was to do web development for us. His eventual goal at first was to get signed to my label. But I have always been, and still am, a very honest person when it comes to how I critique music. And I told him, this isn't for you. You suck. In not such a blunt way. You know, I was nice because he was an apostle, but he was no good. He sucked. And I told him he sucked. And it was at that point where he was like, okay, well, you know, cool. Like, I'm just going to do this because I need an outlet. And I'm like, dude, cool. Like, if that's what you want to do, like, you have my support, because if that's going to help you feel better about whatever it is you're going through, cool, man. Like, we all need our catalyst. Don't pursue this as a professional thing, because you're not going to go anywhere.
In a video Sam posted on his MySpace page, he boasted of defiling graves in his local cemetery.
I'd ask him, like, why are you doing that? You know, and he'd be like, well, you know, like, Christianity, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, why? You know, after a point in time, like, he ended up kind of chilling out. He was back in MySpace, so I don't remember exactly how we did it, if it was a group chat or what. It's been so long, but all the apostles were in a centralized area online, to where all of them could talk to us at once, and we could talk to all of them, and they could all talk to each other. And it was kind of a rule that all apostles are all friends with each other on MySpace. And so that would kind of, I don't want to say force them to get to know each other, but it would put them in a position to where they had the availability to get to know each other. And so it was the fact that they were all apostles and all a part of this promotional team that they ended up kind of, you know, clicking up, so to speak. As far as Emma and Sam, it wasn't until not too long before the festival that they got romantically interested in each other. They were just kind of friends. Most fans were really like outgoing, and they all knew each other, and, you know, everyone kind of clicked up, and he was more like by himself. I remember when I first met him, I gave him a handshake and a hug, as I do with, you know, any fan. And I asked him, you know, hey, you want to come with me? I'm going to go get a soda from the soda machine. As we were walking, like, he wasn't really saying anything, but he kind of had this, he seemed nervous, intimidated, because he's hanging out with one of his favorite artists, and he doesn't want to seem dumb or something, if that makes any sense. I remember I kind of like hit him on the shoulder, and I was like, look, bro, like, I'm just a regular dude. Like, you don't have to be like weird around me. You know, we're all just kicking it, man. Let's have a good time. He was like, all right, cool, man. Like, and so we started to talk a little bit, but he was weird. He was a lot different. Even while a lot of our fans had this really big online personalities, he was really loud and vocal online, but in person, he was really, really shy. he kind of seemed like if you were to flip the kid, he'd curl up in a ball and cry. You know, like he just didn't seem like a big personality at all, not even close. We were up on stage and all the artists were performing. Like at that point, he was like one of us. He was getting wild in the crowd, talking to people and taking pictures. And if he felt like he didn't belong, then that motherfucker deserved an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? For having the best acting request, because he was having the time of his life during the show. There's always been kind of I don't know if I want to call it misinformation, but a lot of people think that Emma rejected him. That is true. Him and Emma didn't end up hitting it off in the way that they hit it off online. That is true. But he was hugged up on this other girl for the predominance of the show. I mean, they were making out, they were hugging, like they were all about it. Everyone was kind of doing their own thing, and it didn't seem like there was like a beef about it. Like I saw Emma look right at him and this other girl, and I didn't see any change in her face. She was just like indifferent, like, cool, whatever. Like, I'm not interested in him, so more power to you. And I saw when she was talking to dudes, I saw him watching her and indifferent. Melanie's mom called, and I talked to her, and she was like, hey, well, have you heard from Mel? Her mom is such a sweetheart, man. Like, she was very supportive of this whole thing. She understood that this was a musical thing, but it was also like a positive thing for Melanie. So her mom was well aware of what her daughter was doing, where she was going, the music she was going to listen to. You know, she was super cool about it. I don't know how she got my contact info, but she called and she, you know, have you heard from Mel, blah, blah. No, you know, I haven't, as a matter of fact. And so she's like, well, I'm starting to get worried. Put your ear to the ground and see if you hear anything. This is my phone number. Please call me back if you hear anything. I got a call from someone. I'm just going to say someone. It wasn't Sam, but it was someone that knew Sam. And this person says, hey, so I got a hold of Sam. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, what's good? Like, they break down or something? And this person tells me, like, nah, man, like, Sam said he killed everyone. And I'm like, I got to talk to this little girl's mom. Like, this isn't funny. I need you to tell me what's going on. And he's like, no, really sick. Like, he's saying he killed them. I remember I told this person, I was like, call me back in 10 minutes. And I got off the phone and I kind of sat there, and me and my ex-business partner sat down and we started discussing, like, could this be for real? It just didn't make sense, because the type of music we do and the scene we're involved in, that type of stuff was kind of common. People, as sick as it is, like, people would play like practical jokes on each other. People would play serial killer and role play and, you know, just stupid, edgy, bullshit teenager stuff. We were just discussing, like, could this really be going on? Like, nah, like, we couldn't believe it. And so the person called back in that 10-15 minute period. I remember telling this person, like, look, if you don't tell me the truth right now, like, I'm gonna blackball you. Like, you're never doing anything in horrorcore again. Like, this isn't funny now. Stop f***ing around. Let me talk to Sam. Let me know what is going on. And this person's like, dude, I'm really not f***ing around. Like, Sam said he killed everyone. I don't remember, honestly, if they said they'd seen a video or if they had seen a picture, but I could tell when the person said that they saw something that they weren't lying. I could hear it in their voice. I made a decision. I was like, you know what? I'm going to put forth an anonymous call to the cops, and I'm going to tell them to do a welfare check. So I told the cops, like, hey, I heard someone might be in trouble at this address. Can you please go do a welfare check? And she was like, what do you know? And I remember telling her, I said, you know, I'm sorry, Mrs. Wells, but your daughter's dead. Man, I can hear it in my head right now. She let out this scream. I'll never forget. It'll haunt me forever. It'll always haunt me. I'll never forget that. What he did was f***ing cowardly. If he would have attacked those girls while they were awake, they would have beat the f*** out of him. Those girls, they would have f***ed that dude up. I guarantee it. I know it. I know it in my heart. He would have never got to kill them, but he had to be a coward and kill them while they slept, because he probably knew deep down, like, these girls are gonna f*** me up if I don't do this while they sleep. Basically, you know, right away, whenever this story hit the media, there was a website, which I'm sure is still around, and it's kind of like these armchair detectives who don't have lives. So those people caught wind of the case because the media was talking about it, and they went off the fucking deep end with all these conspiracies and all this crazy shit. You know, I don't know if they called the media or what, but then eventually the media got this impression that I was like this Charlie Manson type of cult figure. There was two kind of rumors going around. You know, for a while, the fingers were literally like getting pointed at me. Like, there's people saying there was extra set of footprints found at the scene of the crime and that it was me. They came out and they thought that they were going to meet this Charlie Manson type dude. And I remember at the end of the 3 days, the guy told me, he was like, you know, with all due respect, you're one of the most boring people I've ever met. And I told him, with all due respect, thank you. You know, because that's exactly what, you know, this is why I was doing this. I wanted to prove to people, like, I'm just a regular dude. Like, yeah, I'm interested in some weird shit. So fucking what? Everyone has their interests. Like, that doesn't make me a bad person. It sure don't make me Charlie Manson. Some people have built him up to be this figure of defining of horrorcore, and he's the real deal. And that kid's a fucking bitch, dude. Like I come from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Down there, if someone's gonna put in work, like, they're gonna look you in your eye. You know what I mean? Like, I come from the streets, and that's not how you handle business. You don't slaughter innocent people like that. You don't kill little girls. You know what I'm saying? So I always tried to make it a point to shatter this image that some people have built up about him. Like, I want his persona shattered. He doesn't deserve any props. He doesn't deserve a cult-like following. He doesn't deserve fans. Like, he deserves nothing but his prison sentence. I think I have an obligation to get my feelings out. And if someone can relate, they can relate. Like, I can't put the weight of the world on my back. I'm here to do what I'm here to do, and I feel I have an obligation and a responsibility to be honest and to be forthcoming about my art and my music and the message that I put out. As far as how people digest it, you know, that's not up to me. There was an interview with Marilyn Manson during the whole Columbine thing. If someone asked him, like, you know, if Dylan and Eric were sitting here right now, what would you say to them? And Marilyn Manson replied, I wouldn't say anything. Like, listen, he said some really deep shit right there, because that's the truth. Some of these kids, I say kids, I mean everyone, but, you know, anyone who's feeling a certain type of way, like, they need something to relate to. And sometimes, unfortunately, people have, like, mental health problems. Sometimes people weren't raised right. Sometimes people are bullied to a degree that, you know, me, you, and no one else could really understand. And sometimes those people get pushed over the fucking edge. But I think it's a pre-existing condition. I don't think art or music or video games or movies or entertainment should ever be blamed for any of that, because the world is the way the world is. I think that if someone is going to become a mass shooter, they're going to become a mass shooter. It doesn't matter what type of music they listen to. It doesn't matter what type of video games they play, what type of movies they watch. They're going to do what they're going to do. The sooner we stop trying to make, like, scapegoat things, and the sooner we start trying to talk to people and ask them, why is it that you feel this way? Very honest and non-discriminatory fashion. And we just listen. We let people talk and tell us, like, this is how I feel, and this is why I feel this way. The sooner we can stop pointing fingers and start having discourse, the sooner we can make some progress as a species. We need to start asking some hard questions that people don't want to talk about. We need to talk about those things in a very open manner. And we've got to stop blaming things and people and this, that, and the other. We need to ask, like, what is it that's really going on here? Why did the Vegas shooter do what he did? Why did Sam McCroskey do what he did? We can point fingers all we want, because it's the only way we can deal with shit. because we don't understand it, because it makes no sense to us. A regular person doesn't want to harm another person unless they have to, really. You know, that's where instinct kicks in. But no one wants to slaughter someone usually. But what is it inside these certain type of people? From a different perspective that a lot of people, fortunately, won't ever get to see, and that's because I'm a homicide survivor. My mom was killed very brutally. I was like a year old, and that's been something that has obviously affected me for my whole life. You know, it was a case that never got solved, you know, one of these cold case things, and being a survivor of that type of trauma and understanding it from that perspective gives me the ability to have a level of empathy that I don't think most people would be able to achieve, because you know, it's one thing for someone to say I understand, but when I say I understand about this particular thing, I really do understand, because my whole life was affected. So I can kind of see things from a unique angle. You know, maybe people knowing that will break down some of the preconceived notions that maybe I've built for myself with the type of music I do, or some of the shit someone has read about me on the internet or something. You know, maybe for that second, someone will hear what I just said and be like, oh, dude understands in this way. That doesn't make me any better or any worse than anyone. It just makes it honest. So, I mean, hopefully someone can get some sort of substance out of that. That's how that was born. And hello, caller on the line. Hi. Hi.
Oh, what's up? My name's Justin. I'm from North Carolina, and I got a question I was wanting to ask.
Yeah, what's up, Justin from North Carolina? I'm DickPanicK from Colorado. Pleased to meet you. Go ahead and ask your question.
I was told by one of my homies. I wanted to ask about the show that makes an episode about you.
Are you talking about the Web of Lies?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's all pretty much told right there in that episode. You know, yeah, I mean, if you really want to know, like, the full story, like, watch the episode, man. It's really, like, that kind of lays everything out there on the line from all perspectives. And, as far as doing the show, it was done by Investigation Discovery, and they hit us up about it, and we didn't want to do it initially. But one of the girls who unfortunately died, Melanie Wells, rest in peace, her mother encouraged us, and she was doing the show, and she really actually wanted us to do it with her. So that was kind of the deciding factor, and so we did it. And yeah, I mean, the whole story is right there in that episode. And Investigation Discovery are great people. They did great business with us and took care of us. And I mean that in multiple ways. You know, like, they put us up in a hotel, nothing fancy, obviously, but they understood that, you know, we weren't gonna we didn't want to talk about this anymore. You know, we were kind of done with it. And you know, they made us very comfortable in a very uncomfortable situation, because that is a extremely uncomfortable situation to be in, and it's horrible that it happened, and I wish it didn't happen, but I can't change the past. All I can do is try and make a brighter tomorrow. So yeah, I mean, that's a quick thing about the show. If you want to know the whole story behind the show, then I would definitely suggest watching it, and pretty much all your questions would be answered from that.
Talking about the documentation that you were on, or an artist killing someone, and they had you guys linked with it.
Oh, I don't even want to say the kid's name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that kid's a fucking bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up through and through, he's a bitch. There's no authentic. He wasn't even a rapper, bro. You know what I mean? Like, he worked for SKR, and then after he did what he did, like a fucking coward, and he got thrown in fucking prison then all of a sudden he became a rapper. Like this reported material that he was reporting came to light and blah blah. Like there's no there. You know what I'm
So
saying?
he wasn't even an artist?
Huh?
He wasn't even an artist?
No. That was like some B-side shit. He was a lot of people are like, oh, he was signed to SKR, and no, that kid was a pushover. You know what I'm saying? Like literally.
We got a question over on YouTube from Infection.
In March of 2011, Eric Holler, owner of the website Serial Killers Inc., has sent a letter to Richard for an interview. It starts out with some basic questions asking about himself, but scroll down a little more and he gets asked about what happened and if he could explain what set him off that night. Richard says this: "I can't really elaborate on this question for personal reasons. I plan on taking the truth to the grave. The media reported some truth but mostly lies. Everyone familiar with my case knows the obvious only, and that's all they need to know. I'll tell you this though, it was not premeditated. I was a ticking time bomb just waiting to detonate, and all these lies and deceits caused me to explode sooner than I wanted to." When asked if he has any regrets, not just from the crime, but in life in general, he responds with this bar that you see on screen. I think the most interesting question was, if you could fight one person, who would it be and why? He says, "I'd say the judge who sentenced me. I don't see how or why a person has the power to imprison another person. If they're guilty or not, no one should have that power." And at this time, he says he doesn't brag about his crime, but probably would if his murder count was higher. But this behavior and mentality of his would eventually change.